Good morning, sunshine. It is 23 minutes past midnight. Morning, hello, happy Polathon, day number 1. I'm starting off bright and early, and by that, obviously I haven't gone to bed yet, because it's just gone midnight. There's Steph in the corner. She's here. If you watched yesterday's vlog, you'll know that she's been here. Oh god, yesterday's vlog, that sounds so weird. Who do I think I am?
Jadeyraereads.
Steph's been here for the weekend. We've had a nice weekend, but now it's Polathon time. It's business. Not that we haven't been in business. It's been all business. But it is Polathon. If you are unfamiliar with Polathon and you're seeing this as day 1 of Polathon, what the fuck is that? Polathon is my week-long readathon that I do every year in the first full week of February to raise money for Polar Bears International to save the polar bears. I will link the announcement video to it down below if you have missed it. Never too late to join in. But the aim of the game is to spin a wheel, which we're about to do, pick a book, donate £1 for every 100 pages you read, have fun. There you go. That's what it's all about. So, I'm not screen recording. No. I have my wheel here though. So, I'm about to spin for my first book. I'm very excited. I have no idea what this is going to mean for me. But, happy Polathon day 1. What are we reading today? We are reading a watery book. So this is something with water on the cover, something with something watery in the title, set at sea, somehow watery is what I've got there. I feel like I should clarify here that in order to participate in Polathon, you don't have to read polar fantasies exclusively. There is polar fantasy on the wheel twice to encourage that, but if you don't land on polar fantasy, it doesn't have to be a polar fantasy at all. It can be anything that fits that prompt. So, I'm going to go and scour my shelves for something watery that I want to read as my first read of Polathon. I will get back to you soon when that choice has been made. Me again. A choice has been selected. I have gone with Julia and the Shark by Kira Millward Hargrave, mainly on the basis that... Oh, I nearly lost your bobble again. Mainly on the basis that reading this opens me up for Layla and the Blue Fox potentially later in the week, and this one is like polar Arctic. This one isn't polar or Arctic, but it is very watery, so qualifies. And then yeah, it will open me up for potentially reading this one at a later point. So that's what I'm starting with. Hello, good morning, oh actually it's 12 o'clock, it's midday. We're about to start sprints. We've got some ambience going on. We're set up down here. Say hi, Fanny.
Hi, Fanny.
We've got Finn in the corner there, stolen Steph's seat. That's where he's comfy. We are going to get some reading done. I obviously am reading Julia and the Shark. I am a little ways into this, not very far at all. It feels very melancholy. I think that's the best way to describe this. But I don't have masses of thoughts so far. But yeah, very, very melancholy, and like the writing is quite, I don't know, like sad, but beautiful. It's a really pretty book in general, but yeah, that's what's happening right now. I just thought I'd give you an update that I have started a book, and we are doing some sprints. We have showered, we are fresh, we are raring to go. I don't know what I'm doing with my hand here. I have become a peacock. I'll let you know when I've got a decent chunk into the book and can give you some more actual thoughts other than just melancholy. This seems risky. Look at his little nose. He's so cute. I love my boy. Ah, squishy, squishy. Hi. I said I was going to update you when I had more thoughts on Julia and the Shark. Turns out, I finished it. I finished it at 2:10. 2:10 on day one of Polathon, and I finished my first read. Admittedly, it's not very big, but I didn't anticipate that. So this is going to be a vlog, a daily vlog with more than one book in it. Who would have thunk it? Anyway, this is really depressing. I mentioned melancholy being the way I would describe it in the beginning. That definitely carried throughout. Very melancholy. I have no other way to describe it. It kind of broke my heart a little bit in the middle, but I really liked how the line at the beginning of the book, like, she literally introduces the book with, what was it? My name is Julia and this is the story of the summer I lost my mum. So from the very beginning it kind of sets out that tone of this is going to be a melancholy book. And it was, and there was definitely a moment in the last third that just broke my heart, and I kind of looked at Steph and was like, that hurt. That was depressing. But I do like how the end of it kind of circled back to that first line. Obviously I don't want to spoil anything, but she was like, because the story is told with Julia talking to you. So she says, if you remember at the beginning of this story, I said, this is the story of the summer I lost my mum, but it's also the story of the summer I found blah 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 blah. So although it's melancholy, it does kind of have a lightness to it at the same time. It was very beautifully written and beautifully set out, and the illustrations and like the vellum pages in it as well. Typically I won't be able to find a single one now that I'm looking for one. We've got the illustrations and stuff, and then there's these vellum pages that like overlap, so it looks like, it's just so beautifully constructed, and I ended up really liking it. I do think it would come out at a 4-star. I will put it through Corpile to get a more accurate star rating, but I feel like it's going to be a 4-star. That does mean that I need to do my next spin already, which is incredible. So I'm going to do that on my laptop just here. Go to the spinner wheel. So I was on Watery last time. Let's turn you around so you can see. There we go. I was on Watery last time. So what do I get this time? Watery! Yes! I got Watery again. But when we were looking for Watery books for my first roll spin, we did find a lot of options. So looks like I'm going to be reading another Watery book today. Today is the day of water. So I'm going to go and find another Watery book that I want to read today. I'll let you know what it is when I've worked that out. What are the chances? Watery twice in a row. Wow. Me again. Hello. A choice has been made. Pot noodles all round.
Cheers.
Bottoms up. Doing. That wasn't what I came here to tell you. I've picked a book, and I'm not hearing anyone tell me this doesn't count for Watery, okay?
It counts.
Because I'm my first critic here. Steph says it counts, and Steph makes a good point that if anyone else asked me if it counts, I would have said yes, so I should have that same leniency with myself. So I have gone with The Wild Swans by Jackie Morris, which, like, doesn't look watery, but swans live on ponds and lakes and rivers and stuff, so they live on water. And Jackie Morris is more dominantly a watercolour artist than an author. So this book is full of, I won't be able to find a single one, here we go. This book is full of watercolour illustrations. Like, there's loads scattered throughout here, but it's just always the way that when you try to find one, you can't. There's another one. See, they are in here. Look. Oh, did you see that little one? Oh, there was another one. Oh, there was one. Did you see? Did you see? Do you see? There was one. See, there's quite a few in here. And there's, oh, I flicked it. Oh, and there's a moon. See, there's lots of watercolour illustrations, so that's watery, as well as the living location for swans being watery, so it counts. And I'm really excited to read this. I loved Jackie Morris's retelling of East of the Sun, West of the Moon, and obviously this is a retelling of Hans Christian Andersen's Wild Swans. I'm excited. I've not read a retelling of Wild Swans, but I am, like, vaguely familiar with it. But I'm interested to read it, because if her East of the Sun, West of the Moon book is anything to go by, it was a very close to reality retelling. Well, when I say reality, I mean the original. Close to the original retelling. So this probably will be as well, but I'm really excited. So this is my choice, but I'm going to enjoy my pot noodle first, and then probably take Finn for a walk. So I'll be starting this a little bit later on, but I've already finished a book today, so I don't have, like, any guilt for not, like, intensely reading right now.
Killing it. Dun,
Woo!
dun, dun. Best friend.
$11.37. Book number 2 completed. Day 1, 2 reads, both watery. This was interesting. Let's use the word interesting. I've never read, 1, the original of the Wild Swans, or 2, any retelling of the Wild Swans. I read a book many years ago that had lots of different folktale, fairy tale things in it that had a bit of the swan story in that a bunch of people were turned into swans for various reasons or whatever. But otherwise, I've never read the original. I'm just looking up the original, because I feel like in order to properly compare, I should know the story of the original, but from what I know of Jackie Morris's East of the Sun, West of the Moon, she did stay very true to the original, so I'm kind of imagining she will have done a similar thing in Wild Swans. Okay, it does seem that it's very true to the original. There's a couple of differences. Obviously, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to be spoily, but it is like a Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale, so, like, is that the sort of story that you can spoil? Because it's a super old fairy tale. But I had never read it, so it would have been a spoiler for me, so I'm not going to say anything in case I spoil anything. Couple of variations between 1, how it ends, 2, the character of the evil queen. The overall ending is still the same, it's just like how they get to that point there is a slight variance in, and there is a slight variance on the reasons for the evil queen's behaviours. Otherwise, very true to the original from my very brief research there. I liked it. It was classic Jackie Morris in very beautifully, classically told. It felt like a fairy tale because it is a fairy tale. I don't think there's much more I can really tell you about that, to be honest. Like, it was an enjoyable read, it was a quick read, the illustrations are beautiful all the way throughout, there's so many of them, and they are all just gorgeous, but it is Jackie Morris's telling of the Wild Swans. What more do you need to know? I reckon I would probably... What am I thinking? 4-star? I didn't like this one as much as I like the East of the Sun, West of the Moon one. but I have more of a connection to the East of the Sun, West of the Moon story. It is like my favourite fairy tale. I love the retellings of it. I love that version of it. I love the original version of it. I love all versions of it I have read. I obviously don't have that sort of connection with the Wild Swans. I wouldn't be opposed to reading more though, now that I am familiar with it in this way. And that does mean that day one of Polathon I've smashed out 2 books. How many pages in total is that I've read today? 580 pages across 2 books on day 1. Absolutely smashed it. Both watery. Please, no more bloody watery. That'd be nice. I'm really happy with that, and hopefully this vlog has been somewhat entertaining, because it's been a while since I've done daily vlogs, but here we are doing them again. So I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, give us a thumbs up, chat to me down below. If you're participating in Polathon, I hope day 1 went well for you. This will be going up on day 2. So, good luck with day 2. I am gonna wrap this one up now, and I guess I shall see you tomorrow with day 2's vlog.